In this podcast, we will be analyzing the essential question, who benefits from the dominant ideology of meritocracy, who is harmed by this, and so what? The idea of meritocracy is based around the idea that success is defined based off of merit. So, economic inequality is fair because individuals are rewarded based off of their work they exert. In Hollywood, many films are based around the idea of meritocracy and highlight this ability for any individual to succeed as long as they work hard. These Hollywood movies try to highlight the economic and social mobility through hard work without recognizing other external factors, for example, discrimination and government funding. With the production of these Hollywood films, the belief that meritocracy exists and is an equal opportunity to all Americans is creating and reinforcing an untrue idea. As a result, when minorities and the low class fail and do not reach high success positions, they are personally blamed for this so-called failure. In contrast, the elite upper class are praised for their success because they are believed to have earned it and worked hard for it, while ignoring all the external influences that push them forwards. School Ties is one movie that exemplifies religious discrimination. David is an extremely talented and smart boy. However, he is forced to hide his Jewish religion if he wants to succeed at his private school. Even though America is supposed to have equal opportunities, there is still conscious and subconscious discrimination in society. The majority population can't see a minority as a person. Instead, they recognize these traits and attribute their lack of success to that. No matter how hard David worked, his classmates in society were going to work against him to keep a Jewish from rising to the top. This is still seen in modern society with race and gender, in addition to religion. The majority wants to hold control, so they don't want to include the minority and give them the equal opportunity to succeed. Freedom Writer is a great example of the ignorance of school funding. According to the meritocracy myth, these students can be successful if they work hard, but since they care more about their gangs than education, that is why they are delinquents. This myth is not applicable because the school and students are not given sufficient funding to promote success. When Mrs. Grewell begins teaching, she picks up a second job to give these students notebooks and books, simple materials. As soon as they were given these resources to succeed, Mrs. Grewell's class did exceptionally well. They graduated high school and some even went on to college. This idea is similar to an exercise we did in discussion. 5 groups were given resources to build a school and a curriculum. It was assumed going into the exercise that we were all given the same materials. However, some groups were given tape, glue, paper, while others only had pencils, a brown bag, and paper clips. The groups with the resources were able to build these structurally sound schools, while the other groups struggled because they did not have the proper tools. This relates to our education system because the schools that are not given the resources to succeed are set up for failure at the beginning. Even if these minority students work hard and are committed to their education, they will not have the free tutoring or guidance counselors or materials as their white majority peers. The idea of meritocracy fails to account for these external factors in students' lives. No matter how hard a minority student may work, they will be starting miles behind the majority students. So, when the minority student does not achieve as high of success, it is attributed to them not working hard enough or being smart enough, instead of analyzing the unfair advantage the white majority have. The meritocracy myth is deeply ingrained in the American culture. With the freedom and opportunities to succeed in America, when compared to other countries, it is easy for a society to say, success will come if you work hard, because it supports the success of the majority population. The meritocracy myth is extremely detrimental to the minority population because they are isolated from society and not being given equal opportunities. As a result, the meritocracy ideal is promoting the white upper class and looking down upon the poor lower class. This is a widening economic and social gap between the majority and minority, which is creating a never-ending cycle of promoting those majorities and not supporting the minorities.